Hi, welcome back to the Pulsar podcast. I'm Haley, and today as my co-host, I will have Calista with me. Today we're gonna do something a little bit different with the Super Bowl coming up. I thought that we would talk about it, because I'm like, being honest, I don't know about the Super Bowl, like not that much, and I don't think Calista does either. No offense, Calista.
Yep. Nope. No, nothing.
Yeah. um, Anyways, so today we have with us Nahoku's very own varsity linebacker, Ruben Chavez. Hello, Ruben.
Hi, everybody. Yes, I play linebacker for the school, varsity, GB. And yeah, I'm going to be talking about the Super Bowl since I'm the football guy. I write the sports articles, so about the Super Bowl, I guess.
That is true. That is Ruben, everybody.
Woo!
Whoa.
Woo! Ruben! Okay.
Lackluster energy.
I'm
Sorry.
Sorry.
That's my fault.
Okay.
Okay, so some background information about the Super Bowl, or at least Super Bowl 2022. So the Super Bowl is like the biggest football game of the season, right, Ruben?
Yes, it's the biggest.
And then this year, it's the Bengals and the Rams, and it's going to be held in Los Angeles on February 13th.
This
Yes. Okay, so let's start off with some pretty simple questions here. So Ruben, for people listening in or watching, what is the Super Bowl? Like, can you go into like some details?
Okay, so basically the NFL, right, has two conferences where half the teams in the league are split up. So 16 teams on one conference, 16 another. And then certain teams do really well make the playoffs, play each other in the playoffs. The two teams that make it all the way through the playoffs, all the way to the end, play each other in the biggest game, which is the Super Bowl. It happens every year. It's been going on for a lot longer than I've been alive. It's been going on for a long time. And it's just a big event just because, in America, football is such a big sport. A lot of people play it. A ton of people watch it. So to see the final game of the season where you got the two best teams facing off against each other, that's the Super Bowl right there.
Hey, how do they like separate the teams into the two things?
Conferences?
Yeah.
It's interesting. So each conference has 4 divisions, and that's based off the location of the team. So there's AFC East, North, West, and South. Same for the NFC. That's what they're called, AFC, NFC, the two conferences. And that's just based off location. So the teams at AFC North, all in the North. NFC North, all in the North. AFC versus NFC is kind of random. There's no real reason why they're in one conference or the other, but they just are, and it works that way.
Okay.
Interesting. So how do you get into the Super Bowl per se?
Get there. Okay, so first off, during the regular season, you have to win enough games to be in the playoffs, which is pretty hard to do. Most teams don't make the playoffs because only 7 teams from each of those conferences make the playoffs every year. And then you have to win every game in the playoffs to make the Super Bowl. So, for example, like the Bengals had to beat 3 other teams to make it. The Rams had to beat 3 other teams to make it. They face off against each other. So, technically Super Bowl.
Interesting.
What a reaction, Haley.
I know. It's so
It is
exciting.
interesting. I didn't know
New
that.
information.
I didn't know.
Me too.
Exactly.
Um,
Brains are getting a little less smooth about football. Section just opened up.
mind blown. Okay, so what teams are in the playoffs in each what's it called? What's the word?
Conference. Yeah, each conference. Yeah. So for the NFC, it was the Packers, Bucks, Eagles, Cowboys, Niners, Rams, and Cardinals. So 7 teams from the NFC, and then 7 teams AFC were Chiefs, Steelers, Bengals, Raiders, Bills, Patriots, and the Titans. Those were 7 teams.
So in one of our previous takes, you said that 3 of the teams were wild cards. How did the wild cards get chosen?
So it's simple and complicated at the same time, because in a perfect world, it's just the 3 other teams that just had the best, record, had the most wins. But sometimes you have tiebreakers, and sometimes those can get really complicated. It's easy if the 2 teams that are trying to get that wild card spot in the playoff, if they played each other and one of them beat the other, makes it really easy, right? Because they have the tiebreaker, they beat them, they make the playoffs. But if they didn't play each other, sometimes it gets iffy. They'll, complicated stuff like divisional record, like did you beat the teams in your division, or strength of schedule, which is did the teams you play, were they tough opponents or did you play against easier opponents? So it's difficult how they get chosen sometimes, and that's why you hear a lot of fans say, "Oh, our team got snubbed from the playoffs," just because 2 teams might have had the same number of wins, but one they thought was more impressive than the other. So that's how wildcard teams are chosen.
I see.
Okay. Last question. We're almost done.
All right.
I know, so fast. It goes by so fast when you're having fun,
Exactly.
Yes, we're
Super
having
Bowl.
so much fun.
And this is probably the easiest question for you to answer, I think. Who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl?
Oh, that's not as easy as I thought it'd be. I really want the Bengals to win because their quarterback, Joe Burrow, really cool guy, got a bunch of nicknames. He had a really good story, coming out of college and now in the NFL. And the Rams, I don't like the Rams just based off what they've done to my team in the past. So I'm going to have to go with the Bengals win this one. I want them to win. I think they'll win.
Who's your team?
My favorite team, I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. You might have heard of them. You probably don't know what their reputation is, but they're kind of known for like disappointing every year. And I have to go through that. Not only are they disappointing, I'm disappointed. It's not fun. It's not fun being a Cowboys fan. Don't be one yourself. Pick any other team, honestly.
Did they get to the playoffs?
Were they in the playoffs?
Yeah. Sorry?
We were in the playoffs at one point, and now we're not anymore. It was tough, especially that game. That game we were in the playoffs in, it was a tough loss. I might have cried. Just a little
My
bit.
condolences.
Thank you.
Hey guys, Haley from the future here. Just wanted to say like, comment, and reshare this post. Make sure to follow Nahoku on Instagram and all of our other social media platforms. Thank you. Stay super swag.